So I was in the hunt for the gold label DC Multiverse McFarlane figure, but I wasn't able to secure one from 20 miles radius and beyond. So even if we don't have that action figure on board, we still have this figure to review and read and enjoy. For those of you who are interested to take a look at the box of this action figure, then that is a quick 360 of the box packaging. This is a purchase from Amazon.com. So just a quick glance of the purchase that we have. So the action figure plus 2 sets of hands. Let's do a quick 360 of the base figure. Okay, so we are ready to discuss articulation points on this 3-year-old figure, and of course, since we are taking a look at the head already, yes, the photo technology with regards to printing technology is really not that good yet 3 years ago. So I guess this head sculpt does not look like Zachary Levi, but overall impact as a Shazam figure, really not bad. If you're not looking as to a figure that is of the movie merchandise, you're just looking for a Shazam figure, disregarding the Zachary Levi thing. Okay, so for the articulation of the head, we have sufficient side-by-side motion. As for head tilts, so head tilts looking up, head tilts looking down, but even if we don't have much head tilts on this figure, that is compensated if you want to pose this in flight mode, because you could do that to this diaphragm point and compensate with the head, so you could still achieve a decent flight pose for the figure. Okay, so moving towards the body, we have a dumbbell joint for the waistline and a cut or rotation for the waist. So the diaphragm area really has a wide range of motion for the figure, and it is really nice and smooth, not stiff, or since this is a 3-year-old figure, it did not break on me. So when you do also rotate the waistline, there is really not much cut or misproportion to the design of the waist. So articulating this guy or possibly posing this guy in different stances in your display is just okay. So let's move towards the arms. So I'm really surprised when I took this figure out that the articulation points are really nice or good. There's no resistance or creaks compared to McFarlane produced action figures or even Marvel Legends, or even from other toy companies like Valaverse, for example. This out of packaging, we really have smooth articulating points. So you could pose the arms sideways this way. We have a cut on the bicep for rotation of the bicep, which is really smooth. 2 points of articulation for the elbow, and that is pinless. Wow, for a 3-year-old figure, pinless technology. But that is a break in design once you bend the elbows far enough this way. So the hands, we have rotation on the hands, and we also have a hinge. So for the leg area, we have a cut on the thigh for rotation of the thigh. We have once again pinless articulation points, 2 points of articulation for the knee, and that is a really nice clean bend on the knee. We don't have articulation point on the shin or the boot, and the remaining articulation point which is really nice and smooth even if we don't have rocker motion. But that hinge, it's really nice and smooth. There is really no resistance or creaks at all. And out of the box, so this is really already playable even for a 3-year-old figure. And let's go on to the details of the figure. So the suit, as you could see, is all textured. The tones, the flesh tones, the paint is of uniform color. The neck, the face, and the handsets that are included are of the same color. We just have discoloration on the belt area over here because as I took this out of packaging, I noticed that the transparent plastic material where this was encased had that gold paint on it. So that is possible that is due to maybe several years of being just stayed in packaging. But that is something that could just be easily fixed with gold paints on. That is really not an issue for me. Well, the cape on this action figure is not as bulky and lengthy as the McFarlane Shazam Gold label figure. It's just nice and small, but we have details around the lining of the cape and even the molded in hood. And with regards to how it is painted, it is actually really nice and clean. It's just the area over here for the belt area because it rubbed against the packaging material. So with some areas of the boot, we have a little bit of discoloration, but nothing that a little touch of paint. Once you apply some to the figure, that it's going to really liven this figure up once again. I also like the color of the on the chest, the symbol, the lightning symbol. It's yellow compared to McFarlane Toys, which is white. We also have the lightning symbol on the belt, and the gauntlets, actually they are not full gold, but they still have white, a little bit of white trimming on these grooves over here. And as to the red areas where the forearm is exposed, well, nice and clean. Just a little bit of application of gold paint on this. It will once again revive this figure. So we also have lightning symbols on the boots. And now we are ready to compare this figure with other action figures that we have on board, especially my DC Classics display action figures. So let's move on. Before we bring the other action figures on board, so just for reference, this is about a 6.5 inch to 7 inch action figure. So let's compare it with the others. So I have my DC Universe Classics Batman action figure and DC Universe Classics Superman action figure, both with custom cloth cape. So this is how he scales with a WWE Elite Sergeant Slaughter action figure, which I just recently reviewed, and a Valaverse Action Force action figure. So for a final scale test, we have this 3-year-old figure, Shazam figure, against a Superman Page Puncher's 7-inch action figure, and the King Shazam the infected action figure, which I customed to be a Shazam action figure. So with regards to scale, this figure still fits in well. So this ends my review with this 3-year-old action figure. Now I have an unofficial and official product on board, even if I don't have the gold label by McFarlane Toys. So this has been still a productive afternoon, and I really like this action figure. It's not just the details that are on it, but also the articulation points. Plus, the feel of the material when you take hold of the action figure, it does not feel cheap and rubbery. So unlike the McFarlane Toys, when you take a hold of it, it really feels rubbery and soft most of the time. But with this, you are treated to that good old action figure feeling that you are holding on to dense plastic material while you're playing and displaying this. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and see you on the next action figure review.